Tres leches is one of my favorite kinds of cakes, and as soon as September 1st rolls around, I also start craving pumpkin spice lattes from a certain mermaid-themed caffeine dealer. I know the whole pumpkin spice latte thing is kind of overdone by now, but you can pull my PSL out of my cold dead hands. So anyway, I figured, why not combine the two? Today, we're making a pumpkin spice latte tres leches cake. I made it as a layered cake, which isn't usually how a tres leches cake is made since it's a very well-soaked cake, but I'll show you an easy trick to make it work. The full recipe is on my blog, and a link is below. Spray 2 8 to 10 inch round cake pans with baking spray and line the bottoms with parchment. I like to make my own pumpkin spice blend out of cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and cloves, but you can use a store-bought blend if you like. Put your all-purpose flour in a medium mixing bowl and add some of the pumpkin spice blend, espresso powder, baking powder, and salt. Whisk it all together. To make the sponge cake, you'll have to separate out the egg yolks and whites. Put the yolks in a mixer bowl and whip them with some of the sugar until it's thick and ribbony like this. Add the pumpkin puree and vanilla and whip until completely smooth. Look at that beautiful color. Add the dry ingredients and mix on low just until combined. Transfer the mixture to a separate bowl and clean your mixer bowl and whisk thoroughly before whipping the meringue. Now put the egg whites into the bowl and whip on medium until they get nice and foamy. Start adding the rest of the sugar little by little and whip until just shy of stiff peaks. When you pull the whisk out, there should be a little curl on the tip, like this. Add a little bit of meringue to the yolk mixture to lighten it up, then fold the rest of it in gently in a few additions. Fold the batter until it's completely uniform with no streaks remaining, but being careful not to lose too much air. You could just eyeball this, but I like using a scale to divide the batter between the two pans to make sure my layers are the same size and that they bake evenly. Spread the batter out smoothly and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until the cakes have risen and spring back when poked and a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean, about 25 minutes. Once baked, let the cakes cool in the pans for about 5 minutes, then flip them out and peel off the parchment. Put them on a wire rack to cool completely. To make the soak, whisk together some milk, a can of evaporated milk, a can of condensed milk, and some espresso or strong brewed coffee. This is enough for 2 batches, so pour out half and freeze it for next time. I like using stabilized whipped cream for the frosting so it doesn't weep in the fridge. Sprinkle some powdered gelatin onto a little bit of water and set it aside for 5 to 10 minutes to absorb or bloom. Once it's ready, microwave the gelatin for a few seconds, just long enough to melt, and start whipping the heavy cream with some pumpkin spice and powdered sugar. While it's whipping, drizzle in the melted gelatin and beat to stiff peaks. To make this cake work as a layer cake, line one of the pans you baked the sponge in with some plastic wrap. The first layer goes in. Whatever the bottom layer is right now will end up being the top later, so choose the nicest side. Poke it all over and pour on half the soak, spread on some whipped cream, then repeat with the second layer. Cover it up and chill at least 8 hours or ideally overnight so everything soaks in. When the cake has chilled, flip it out onto a cake board. This is supposed to be a very wet cake, so don't panic if you see milk pooling around. That's normal. Look at how much milk is soaked into this cake. Just tidy up the edges with a paper towel. Spread whipped cream all over the cake. I like to leave the sides mostly bare. You can just swirl the whipped cream on top if you don't want to stress about getting it perfectly smooth. Pipe some swirls of whipped cream and sprinkle on some more pumpkin spice. This is the perfect cake to celebrate fall. Every bite is soft, creamy, and full of pumpkin spice latte flavor. If you like this, you should check out my classic Tres Leches cake video next. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching!